chlorine. Next periodic property is electronegativity. It follows the trend same as electron affinity, but both of them are different properties. So the tendency of an atom to attract electron to itself when combined in a compound. So the tendency of any atom when it is forming a compound to attract electron towards itself is known as electronegativity. So the easily it attracts electron towards itself, it is more electronegative. If it does not attract electron easily towards itself, it's less electronegative and more electropositive. It indicates the net result of the tendencies of atoms in different elements to attract the bond forming electron pairs. Next, when electrovalent or ionic bonds are formed, so there is one electropositive element and one electronegative element, so the electronegativity difference in them is very high. There's a difference between their electronegativity, and when covalent bonds are formed, then there is very less negligible difference between their electronegativity, so it is either zero or very small. So let us take example of ionic bond here. So we are seeing sodium and chlorine here. Sodium belongs to alkali metals group 1. So its electronegativity is less. It's an electropositive element. So its electronegativity is 0.9. And chlorine, which belongs to group 17, its electronegativity is high. It's 3.0. So the electronegativity difference for ionic bond is around, for this ionic bond is 2.7. So when ionic bonds are formed, the electronegativity difference is high. When covalent bonds are formed, they just, for example, let us take chlorine. So the electronegativity is same for them. So the electronegativity difference is 0. So it's either very less or 0. What are the factors that affect electronegativity? Again, they are the same two factors: atomic radius and nuclear charge. So the first factor is atomic size. So when the atomic size will increase, the nuclear force of attraction will decrease. So the atom will not accept an electron easily. So electronegativity will decrease. And when the nuclear charge will increase, the nuclear force of attraction increases, the atom will easily accept an electron, so electronegativity increases. Next, its factors and orders are same as that of electron affinity. It follows the same trend as electron affinity. Next, so how will electronegativity change when we move across the period from left to right? So when we move in the same period from left to right, the nuclear charge will increase, and since the nuclear charge will increase, the atomic radius will decrease. So the atom will easily accept an electron and the electronegativity will increase. Same here also, nuclear charge increases, so the nuclear force of attraction will increase, therefore electronegativity will increase. So both the factors are supporting that electronegativity will increase. So in this second period, we can see here that as we move from left to right in second period, the electronegativity is increasing. So as we move from left to right, the elements become more electronegative and less electropositive. For argon, it's an exception here because it will not accept an electron, so its electronegativity is 0. So electronegativity is highest for halogens because in the same period the halogens have the higher nuclear charge, so it will easily accept an electron. So from left, as we move from left to right, the tendency to accept electron increases and tendency to lose electron decreases. So as the electronegativity increases, the metallic character decreases and the non-metallic character increases. So again, As the electronegativity is increasing, you can see that we are moving from metals to metalloids, then non-metals. So as we move from left to right, the metallic character is decreasing and non-metallic character is increasing. The tendency to lose electron is decreasing and tendency to accept electron is increasing. Next, the elements which have low electronegativity means they will not accept electron easily, so they are usually metallic, and the elements which have high electronegativity means they'll accept electron easily, so usually they are non-metallic. So fluorine is the most electronegative element because in second period it has the highest nuclear charge, and in comparison to other periods it also has the least number of shells. So both these factors are in favor for fluorine to accept an electron easily. Cesium will be the least electronegative because it has higher because again it has more number of shells, and in the same period it has least nuclear charge. So both these factors conclude that cesium will not accept an electron easily, so it's the least electronegative element in the periodic table. Since noble gas have outermost shell completely filled, their octet into it is completely filled, so they don't attract electron towards itself because they don't need to. As we move down a group, the atomic radius will increase because the number of shells are increasing, so the nuclear force of attraction will decrease. Electrons will not be accepted easily, so the electronegativity decreases. Also, as we move down a group, nuclear charge will also increase, so the nuclear force of attraction will increase, so electronegativity should increase. So both the statements again contradict each other. According to atomic radii, electronegativity should decrease, and according to nuclear charge, electronegativity should increase. So again the atomic radii will dominate over the increase in nuclear charge, so the overall electronegativity will decrease. For example, we have group 17 elements. You can say that as we move from fluorine towards iodine, the electronegativity is decreasing. Why? Because the number of shells are increasing, the size is increasing, the atomic radii is increasing, so the nuclear force of attraction will decrease. Atom will not accept electron easily. The nuclear force of attraction is decreasing, so they don't attract electron towards itself. So what is the difference between electronegativity and electron affinity? Both of them follow the same trend, so sometimes people are confused that both of them are the same thing, but no. Electronegativity is the tendency or an ability of any atom to attract electrons towards itself. So it's a tendency or the ability of an atom to attract electron. Electron affinity is the amount of energy. When any atom accepts an electron, the amount of energy that is released is known as electron affinity. So electronegativity is the tendency or the ability, and electron affinity is the energy. So both of them are different things. Electronegativity is a qualitative property. We are talking about its ability or tendency, so it's a qualitative property when we need to compare two or more properties. Electron affinity is a quantitative property. We can calculate it. It's the amount of energy. Then electronegativity, we don't write the unit here, but its units, it's Pauling units, while electron affinity is measured in either, because it's energy, we are either measured in electron energy, like electronic energy unit like electron volt or kilojoule per mole. So that is the difference between both of them. Although they follow the same trend, they are not the same thing.